360 soul. Master 4 in the building.
A Master 4 run over here, sir. Yo, board time. As I come in there for the Master 4.
It's a man, Mighty Joe. I always listen to Master 4.
You need master lessons, come see Master 4. You need master vibes, come listen to Master 4. Master 4 are the master where master all them dirty masters. I'm on done man, Iverson, yes, so.
Yeah, Viri, Vara, Big Fa, Parampagasi, man, you need to take Master 4, they can't see anything. Anything. Master 4 like they can't see anything.
Sa fake life bi nga dund moo lay perte ñàkk xam sa bopp tax ngay dul si yàlla amuloo xaalis ngay dul ne am nga dead boy Mary maa ngi déglu Master 4 plugin yoo de walaaji.
Yo, it's Lil Ums, you know what I'm saying? Maa ngi nii biir paradise laa ko kal di déglu ma man Master 4 boom la di raw.
Think cut off. Hello, no one see your dead. Think cut off. If them ever plan for your life, think cut off. Master 4. Cut off the link fast track. Master 4 teach them a lesson where them never know about burn time.
Yo, we are the man with the yammer. Me no come here for nama. No, I listen to Master 4. Hey, I like that man straight.
Master 4 night life. Master 4. Master 4.
Welcome back, guys, to another beautiful edition of the Club Talk Show that comes your way every Thursday from the hour of 10 to 12 midnight. It's exactly 10 o'clock in our studio. My name is Master 4. I usually do this show with Muhammed Sumareh. In case you just just joining us, this is a show, of course, where we shed light on everything about the industry, ranging from artists, DJs, presenters, promoters, anything about the industry. As far as what we are doing is in one way in connection with the music industry. This is a platform for you. Like we did last week. Last week we had a couple of guests here. Big Fa was among them. We discussed a lot of things from there. You know, Mohammed Kijera went down with the news review. Same thing applies. We are back here again with, of course, another guest. Of course, he is already right now in the building. What we're gonna do? We just going to waste no time, but we just going to start the interview with him straightforward. But before we do that, as usual, it's a culture. We're gonna go with one of course, short musical break from right there. Then we're gonna continue with we're gonna start with our guest in the studio. Then from there, the second hour of the show, we're gonna have another guest right here. He is also a producer, of course, and at the same time a sound engineer. So this is how we're gonna do it. We have, of course, a veteran, of course, somebody who is known, of course, very well in the industry for giving his splendid minds about things happening in the industry. And of course, he has, you know, a very track record, good record of you know, things that he does for the industry. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go for a short musical break. Just one sound. This sound is called Why Gambia by Manding. From right there, we're gonna open the mic with him, and we're gonna greet each other. From right there, we're gonna just go to the areas that we're gonna cover tonight. We're gonna talk about the Gambian Music Union, National Center for Arts and Culture, the history of all these things, and you know, the recent dissolve of the music union. So we're gonna talk about a lot of things tonight. So stay tuned with us. The number to be part of the show is 3122172. 3122172. My name is Master 4. So let's go with the soundtrack right here. It's called Why Gambia. Listen, you know, for his you know, dedication to what he does, and you know, things he do. Basically, we have normally it's also a tradition because we have a lot of traditions here on 105.7 and the Club Talk Show. We don't introduce guests, but they introduce themselves. But in a nutshell, I will tell you who is in the building. We, of course, have a former, a PRO of public relations officer of Gambian Music Union, of course, and he also doubled as the production manager of Manding Morry Academy for Performing Arts and Entertainment, if I'm right. And of course, he's a veteran in the Gambian music industry. He has been, of course, giving his, expensive time to Gambian music, trying to fix things that, of course, that we really need, of course, within our industry. So we're not going to do anything but, of course, open his mic and welcome him, of course, on 105.7. He's going to tell us about himself, though. It's a culture. Welcome to 105.7, bro.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jërëjëf mbokki Gambia yi, jërëjëf Paradise FM. Di la wax ne man la Muhammed Sumareh, the PRO of Gambian Music Union. Still, I'm going to say that.
Okay, you are still the PRO
of Gambian Music Union, and a cultural music entrepreneur, a music manager, a consultant and event planner, and a production manager for Manding Morry Entertainment, and a country coordinator for African Arts Peace Initiative in 42 countries in Africa, promoting peace through arts and culture in Africa. So those are the roles I do within the creative arts industry in the Gambia and global.
Very rich CV right there. Exactly what you have said. We don't need to, of course. I think we don't need to add anything on top of that. You actually said everything. Still the PRO of Gambian Music Union. I was even thinking that you are a former.
Not a former, because we all know that 2 weeks back we went to a congress in Brikama, organized by the National Center for Arts and Culture, and we went and attend the congress for due respect, and we realized that we need to have a quorum in the congress. We couldn't be able to achieve that during the Congress. So actually, the National Center for Arts and Culture used their mandate to come with the interim committee. But according to the constitution of the Gambian Music Union, all the members within the executive member must be elected by their members. That's by their members. And in those members, we have 4 components within the Gambian music industry. That is the president is Jalba Kuyate, looking the regulation of the International Music Federation, looking the regulation of the Gambia Cultural Policy and the Copyright Act with the trade policy, labor policy, and the law is telling that anybody who's supposed to be a president of the music union, you need to have those criteria. You must be a musicology. You understand? And your influence, and your influence, political influence, your social influence, your financial influence need to connect the people together within the music industry. So that's why we select Jalba. And under the second vice president, we have a live band presidents within the music executive members, and that is Ablaili.
That is they said that executive.
I'm just explaining the component, the sections.
Okay.
You understand? According to the constitution, that the second vice president is contemporary artists. All rap groups, rap, manding, reggae artists, they're all under that contemporary section. So we have live band representations, which in the executive body, that is Ablaili. And we have program coordinator, program coordinator, and I am myself as PRO. And looking at gender, Sambususo is representing the female artists with, on the executive members of the music union. So Aladdin Bai is representing the culture. So now if you are going for a congress, I think all this press group needs to come together. You need to be there to make sure they select their representations, leadership. So, and this is we have only contemporary section. Because of the National Center for Arts and Culture, they have that mandate. They try to make sure new development. But according to the constitution of the music union, we don't have any article to say we suñ demee congress mënuñoo am members suñu war represent war ñoo def election déedéet dañ ne balaa ñu def election dañu war a consult all the members all the executive members and general members because of the executive members have to understand their roles ak lu gaay di represent because live band artists all their problems and challenges within the music industry ku leen represent ci union bi moo ko war a consult moo ko war a jël liggéey lu nga xam ne loolu la moo mën a jël secretary of the music union pour ñu mën a ko liggéey understand nga so contemporary artist mooy rap artist afro manding si ak yeneen yi ñi yëpp dafa am ku leen war a represent mooy dialects waaw dialects tukki na but still ut nañ fii ay members pour ñu ñëw ñu jël position boobu was very difficult kenn nangu te jël position boobu noonu.
ok dem ngeen to an extent of making an effort that xam nga da ngeen doon uti kenn koo xamante ne doon represent
def nañ loolu but mënut a possible bon léegi pour format bi laa la bëgg a wax ñëw after the executive members lan mooy wargal general members yi towards music union was a challenge between Gambian artists and producers was a challenge. Understand nga event planners yi so li bari lu nga xam ne moo nekk si secteur bi so congress bi amuñ quorum so quorum nekku fa so national center ñu ne dañoo jël interim committee yes they have the mandate but according to the constitution of the Gambia music loolu nekku fa and mënuloo jël only vocals active musicians ñu nga xam ne yeah understand nga ne ñu represent. We are not disagreeing, but do you look the criteria? Do you look the technical skills on administration? Not only singing. So these are all challenges. So Alhamdulillah, you definitely know that and I told them I'm not interested in any position, but I need to hand over proper handovering to keep going in my position. Muhammed, my 14 to 16 years experience of music management and from Nyobeshi Union, nakaloko muna jel fumako baye mudam. So lolu more manqué but national center definitely ñoo def on nañ artistes yi ñu select leen ñu jël leen jox leen ko man I'm not saying no but dafa war a jaar ci yoon.
But basically within all the mandates of the constitution or what the constitution is trying to explain, what they did there is not right.
For me it's not professional right because léegi képp ku nga xam ne mooy live band artistes yi we have how many bands we have here. In the music industry, there are a composer, an arranger, and a singer, and a producer, and event planner. Understand? So, Pundeka wanga gisabopa the interest of the music in terms of awareness, in terms of policies between them and producers and event planners. The regulation bobby, amufi yo hamgane, amna program bari musa habon fi, artists amna problem at yeneni bedem police.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm the artist sign a contracts. I have all the record from my musical, from Harma Drame, new see Jollof Arts, new see Manding Morry Entertainment, new see junior level scene. Everybody have a problem. Why? Because of the regulation within the music industry is not there. But everybody have individual achievements.
That's true.
You understand? But the regulation, the internal regulation in the country, people are not they are not ready to respect that. So it's going to be difficult. So pour nga invite ma fi dama la war a wax ne lan mooy problème bi. Gambian artists still am na ñu understand the role of a union and am na ñu nga xam ne understand. And between artists yi ak producers yi, between artists yi ak event planners yi, regulation bu leen war a aar nekku fa. So are you expecting the music industry of the Gambia lu ñu bëgg for the trade to benefit artists and producers? Let's forget about individuals, but collectively it's not reflecting.
It doesn't connect.
It doesn't connect because then entertainment, you have media. Nakala media entrepreneurs muna gisem baba in the music industry. Nakala press muna gisem baba in music industry. Nakala producers muna gisem baba in music industry. So those regulations never fall. So are you expecting your creativity? A television of Paradise TV will pay your royalties when your creativity is to be limited? Before you collect, what you already create to produce, you start collecting. So these are regulations Gambian musicians and the event planners and producers need to play fair game, because we have a trade policy. This trade policy.
These problems that you are explaining, is it a natural problem of Gambian music, or is this problems that you are explaining that they will be encountering, the interim executive will be encountering?
The present interim committee, the NCAC face, no doubt for that, understand that, and still the experts, the entrepreneurs need to respect the policies governing the music business policies globally. Today everybody is saying how many artists know them perform Sudan. They export trade. But do that trade, do we package it properly? Do we grind it properly? Do we manage it properly? So a lot of things is being misdirected in terms of our music business in the country. But every individual have your own platform, and that platform is growing. But why collectively our national platforms, our national unity, patriotic being nationalism is not reflecting our development of the music industry?
Okay, what I want to ask is, you mentioned of entrepreneurs not respecting the music rights and copyrights and stuff like that. When you were a PRO of the music union, to your knowledge, what can the music union do to people that are not respecting the music rules of the union, actually?
First thing what we do, we form the music union by the support of the founders, that is Mr. Ibrahim Asise, Yus Fangom, Ulay Chow Paradise Radio, myself, Kalilu Banjang, you understand, Ibrahim Jobate in Brikama, Okodrame, Olifambo, all those people are part of the music union struggle until we bring all the artists together, try to register them onto the International Music Federation, because so registered International Music Federation, you have a level of membership you need to have in your country to register, whereby the union can be part of the initiatives of films programs globally. And from there, you can able to start organizing capacity building training, awareness forums, programs to your members, and we already do all those things. But the problem now, the artists themselves are not understanding. Few understand, but few didn't understand that we cannot have our intellectual property rights and royalties if we don't come together and try to create our own works. When you copyright it, your royal collections, when your works are inside the public domain, your revenues can reflect in your daily life. So these are things artists are not getting it.
I think at one time they created the collecting society.
Yeah, we have a collecting society by the support of the music union, my brother. Because when we are doing a campaign, this was 15 years back, and some people were saying, "Dumuna am," but support of the music union, them na be aware campaign with National Center for Arts and Culture. Be Sheikh Omar Jallow mo ñewon, mu form other association actively. We went for a form of collective society, ñu form ko. But still, the problem is between National Center for Arts and Culture, and music union and collective society, ping pong mo fa neka. Because we already get a training by the ministry and the government. Naka lañu wara start registering the works, naka lañu wara start collecting, naka lañu wara start tariffing.
Okay, you already met the government before to discuss.
Yeah, understand. So, but li yep, dang de dugal bena jia, 2 jia, 3 jia nga delu wat si gannaaw. And still it's the same mind game is happening within the industry. But if Gambian artists then ñew together, and Gambian producers, we need our rights, we need our arts, the government will say something. Because of over the 10 to 14 years, you get them Congress, and National Center for Arts and Culture, war nañoo jox office. They promise us we're going to have the support of the office and 2 years salaries, and the members registration fees can able to sustain the music union for their secretarial. Because one, so I'm a contract with any producer. If your contract within your producer be, then go in the music union for advice legally, balanga ko sign. So nega am contract ak event planner, balanga ko sign in the music union advisor. Because always they are there for their interest, and you have to be there for their interest, your interest. You have to be reflective.
So the music union has to
guide you with your personal manager. Liep amut. Problem is barrier.
So basically, the problem is not only about the artists, but it also includes the government.
Yes.
They also mentioned the government should, the artists should come together collectively and ask for their rights.
Yes.
Tell the government that we need these things.
Yeah.
So basically, you are telling us that this is not actually the problem of, not only the problem of the government artists and the union at large, but also, the problem of the government.
Yeah. The problem of the government is there. It's easy we overcome that. But the artists themselves have to come together 100%. Not what we write on the social media, but actively, practically, what we can able to put on the ground. That's what we need. And that is not happening within the music industry. Because the problem of the music union is their members. We don't have problem, we are just board members. If we have a secretary, do you think the artists will communicate with us directly? We are doing 2 voluntary jobs. We are board members and in fact working the work of the secretariat. And the registration of the music union is $750, live band $1,500. How many artists already agreed to come and register?
You will ask them.
You understand? But when they want to travel, they will like to get a recommendation paper and ID card. So these are problems. How a TV will pay you? Nakala radio bi wara la fay. Mu ngi ni Paradise FM mu fini in 2019, 2017. Same playlist ñaata mi Gambian music ngeen play.
It's too much.
Ñaata royalties you are paying. The law is saying 15% to 10% need to be paid. Sa profit Paradise FM bi yep ci at bi. Loi bu mu ne da nga wara am 15 to 10 negotiators to pay a royalties.
When you a short commercial break, when we are back, we're going to continue with Muhammed Sumareh. The executive body was dissolved. The interim executive, they have been given a mandate to, of course, write a new constitution. I don't know whether that is something right, whether the National Center for Arts and Culture has the right to give that interim executive to rewrite the constitution again.
You know, when you say a new constitution, it's very interesting. And it's abuse. We are just abusing Gambia. Because this is about the country, it's not about individuals. So I don't understand why people are saying that we need to write a new constitution, which the constitution of the music is there to defend the interests of their members. Those are musicians, singers, and composers. I want Gambian people to understand this. We are not protecting the interests of an event planner. We are not protecting the interests of a producer. 75% is looking the interest of the artist. If anybody are needed to hire their works, what the law have already said and regulation within the contract you are drafting to hire a musicians, that have to be a fair game. That's where we connect with producers and event planners. So they create those awareness for artists in Muna GFA Musulona gis you play football. Do you expect the Gambian music union need to play? Have to take a mic and sing? We are just there to guide and give them the regulation. What the copyright law say, the intellectual property instruments in the Gambia, the act, the trade, nakala artist muna comportement. To be somebody who you will have a proper collective bargaining and collective management of your music. That's what we always campaign. But still Gambians, some Gambians didn't understand. And we see in the other countries.
So basically, it's
so the
outright that, you know, that is not correct.
If any executive member is coming, if you don't have any proper handover, the experience, the skills, forget it. Because we all know the problem we have within the executive member, and there are 3 decades. Mangfa. Within the union. And I'm part of the founders. And I know the internal problem. Artist Lufanek as a board member, moy halal. Danga wara am secretariat bu wara def daily administration. Are you expecting those people will be there working, going to office, trying to approach with other people, authorities?
That is not possible.
Going to radios. Do you know how nakala ñëwé fi from Sinchu? Do you know how many fare I pay? Xam nga ñaata poto la duga? Gambia moma ko jaral.
Yes.
So we need to fare. We are not saying national center doing deaf, but then you want to have a time to consult all the executive members with the general public medium congress. Loolu lañ am suñu président bi tukki na Jalba Kuyate Laay Ngom tukki na woon man ak Sirifo ak Ablaye lii moo fa nekk nga oote congress table la ne nga defar sa budget sa boppa nga facilitate nga coordinate nga ne musique yi nañ dem taana ñu nga xam ne ñoo war a represent Gambian artistes yi nañ waxante dégga. Do we fair to Gambia? Do we fair to Gambian musicians and people who will always take money, invest into our artists, motivate them, jox leen encouragement? Do we think we are fair to the country?
Actually, if that is the case.
So, nañ stop of writing on the social media. Ku nekk mun na bindal. Danga musa dégga fu ma ping-pong television, media, because I don't need it. It's what I put to the people. Aptitude, knowledge, skill. Loolu moo mën a change society. Su la neexee nga dem jàng Gambia University nga am sa masters, sa jikko bi setut, sa gom-gom bi setut. The experience lu nga soxla pour attaque ko sa xam-xam bi nga mun a see liggéey mun a change society bi bu lewut sa jàng bi amul njëriñ. That's why I always say to Gambians that I graduated from the University of the People. All my music, cultural skills of management, I have taken from the people. And I know this country.
Okay, you didn't have any basic.
No, I'm just saying, skills. Masters can never. Amut ñaari tanka. Da nga am certificate bi nga tek ko ci salle bi. O sa almor bi nga tek ko. Sa skills out, looy génne practically more reflect of your management or leadership skills. Fii dañ doon fay artiste yi $500. Video was $1,000. Haruna Drame bu ma ko xam 1000 laa ko de jox 2005 mu defar ma video. Artists dañoo play ba pare dox. Now we are saying Gambian artists will have payment of 50,000 or 100,000. And Gambian Music has contributed that awareness campaign. And I have all the records here. This is the first program we did at UK by the founder of Gambian Music, Selemelo, Agnyom Sise, with Gambian artists in UK, Nyom Julde, raise a fund, new office, and we have a delayance and lack of support by our members and the authorities. One, Lee is awareness campaign on the social media. Newspaper. Du man maa wax newspaper bu nekk fii ñoo wax nga jógee fa we have organized 22 Gambian artists training on democracy and human rights and justice with Manding Morry Foundation Performing Arts, you see, by support of American Embassy. Nga jógee fa lii beneen newspaper la bu nga xam ne still ñu ngi sensitize Gambian artists ak authorities to concern about the creative industry. Lee, Bilala, Gambian music need investment. After the training with ECOWAS, we have this press interview with newspapers. Nga jógee fa Lilala.
Gambian artists need identity.
Lee is 8 years back, still campaigning to come with originality, quality, standard as a PRO. B, the same thing. Lan lañu wax fi.
Gambian musicians union PRO speaks.
Thank you.
That's you.
Yeah. Newspaper moko wax. B, Lala.
ECOWAS, it's not clear.
Because your journalist will have a
ECOWAS, the newspaper is...
It's a training, ECOWAS training in intellectual property management with the new collective society, the first government collective society. The same thing. Mississippi, more create the copyright law policies in Senegal, more new training with experts from ECOWAS Bureau in Togo. B is a training with Gambian artists at Alain Franco inside these 14 years. Lee, more registration of the International Music Federation. This is yeah,
I saw this.
Lee, World Music Day with Alain Franco. Lee, Baba Israel with American Embassy. Lee, World Music Day. Lee, World Music Day. Gambian music, has participated of campaigning, creating awareness for Gambian artists and Gambian producers, government, the Gambian people to support. But we have one achievement. Anytime you call Gambian events, Gambians will come and answer. But do we give in to Gambians?
So basically, what all the Gambian artists are benefiting, like the travelings and the big payments, and in a nutshell, the benefits that are getting right.
That's what we are campaigning. That's what we are campaigning. Nakala nyongna appreciate Gambian music. Nakala DJ muna play Gambian music. How many platforms we have on the radio stations in the Gambia? We have all the records on digital. I have. So muna amal bene interview nga def screen nga play all the events. We have how many platforms on the television, radios. How many Gambian artists now are paying 50,000, 100,000, 75,000? How many Gambian artists are traveling? And we campaign to eradicate Gambians see them to keep playing new talk. Friki Jomonyo will break that chain from the old generation. I take the first born African Arabian Gonji Mantobasi. So we need to respect the history if we want to connect the past and present and future. But not a theoretical presentation with that lack of skills. We will never go anywhere.
So, but with all this tireless work of the union, with all these achievements that you guys have done for the Gambian artists, but still now people are blaming the music union for being dormant because this past 2 years they said Jaleba as the president of the music union, is very dormant, dormant in the position. They haven't seen anything that he has done so far. To my understanding, I think that is the reason why the National Center for Arts and Culture, holds a congress and bring in this interim executive.
Thank you very much of that action, that traction. I disagree. When Bunjale Jaliba Kuyate, Mune, Nanyeka Bena pour make change. Let's organize an event. Any revenue we have, we build the secretariat of Gambian Music Union. We all agree with it. Khalil Banjan, Jalba, and Jalba Mudeme then connect Khalil Banjan as a program coordinator. We link with the International British Music Union and the National Music, the International Film Federation. Because the president of the Film Federation in the world is the president of the British Music Council. Music Union.
I think I saw Jalba.
So now, Jalba dem na meet noon.
I saw the picture.
So bunyewe, Jalba bunyewe, we develop a strategy plan. NCAC unit manager office. And they will give us 1 year secretarial payment of one officer. Bunyifatek created ko data, tegal ko ay forms, tegal ko everything. Invoice stamps, official equipment, for artists can able to go there and lodge their complaint or any documentation they need. They can able to go there and solve their problem. One, NCAC Lunyua, definitely. Two, registration of members are very limited. I told you that they only interest when they have a contract to travel. They need a recommendation.
So basically the dormant.
Yeah, dormant. I'm just coming to answer all the points. Lulu is challenge. 3 mooy ne within the executive members Jalek Tukina Kalilu mu ngi fi woon man maa ngi fa ak Sirifo Kanouté ak Laye Ngom ak Alaaji Mbay dem si yàlla ak Sambu Suso, but among us was lack of how can I say it, mooy xam nga soo fekkee nit ki ku fa nekkoon démba yow nga ñëw am na yoon boo nga xam ne dafa war a nangu loolu yaa ko war a wone loolu jafe-jafe la suñu.
Okay,
because of what they always do, Muhammed Sumareh is not a griot. Muhammed Sumareh is not an artist, but they don't understand Muhammed Sumareh is a creator. Muhammed Sumareh is an administrator. That's why in the constitution of the Music Union, program coordinator and PRO are not a mic taker. But all the executive members within the union, they are all artists. So what Gambians need, and this is a regulation. So liyep challenges la, the Music Union with subvention ñu nga xamné war nañ ko am, we are not saying jox ñu xaalis, but empower us to have fundings, local fundings, and including the energy of members towards the union.
So basically, this problem is the problem of National Center for Arts and Culture.
Is there, but the problem of artists is there. The problem of people is not there. Today we are saying open mic the first step.
The point I am trying to get here is the dominance of the music union within these 2 years. You said, you know, the National Center for Arts and Culture has promised a lot of things and they didn't do it. Yeah. They didn't do it.
And our members too, they didn't participate what we expect. Because of looking, the registration was $300. The last Congress we adjusted $750. But now how many people registered?
I don't even know.
I'm just saying, how many people register yearly?
Very limited.
You understand? Are you expecting to have office, have computers, have internet access, have a professional data, whereby you record all your membership files? No. So these are problems. The same thing more reflect to the collective society. You cannot reflect into collective because of anytime National Center will say we have mandate. Yeah, we have mandate. But that mandate is not you to coordinate and implement, it's to facilitate and create opportunities and conducive environment for artists. The cultural committee in the parliament, do you hang up?
In the parliament? No, I don't know.
I don't know. If a cultural committee...
Do we even have one there?
Yeah, we have a cultural committee.
Okay.
But now, if those cultural committee, in fact, know what is in the industry. Do you think arts and culture is about Alibreda, Stone Circle? It's not that. We are saying a music industry. And we are saying that when we have a training, statistics telling when Gambia government empowered industry, they are receiving tax $4 million. You understand? If they implement the Copyright Act. But all those things are just them sikanam ñew. Ku nekka yaa ngi wax lu la neex, ku nekka yaa ngi bind social media lu la neex, ku nekka yaa ngi gom lu nga gom, and if we don't come collectively and agree that we have to get leader and followers, will never go.
Okay, why, to your own opinion, I just want to ask your opinion, why do you think that you know, the National Center for Arts and Culture just call for Congress and put in an interim executive, in your opinion?
Yes.
Your opinion. Why do you think they do that?
Yeah, they do it because of for good 3 Congress in them here. It's the same, my brother. It's the same. I'm saying those interim committee, how many artists are creators who will compose in instruments, arrange and sing? And danga bëgg wax ne ñu fa nekk ñu war represent all the live band artists. Yo, danga bëgg wax ne ñu fa nekk ñu war represent folklore yi. Ñu xam ne ñoo way aada ak cosaan. Ñu wax ay history réew mi. Kora xalam tama. Ñu way ngoyaan, way cosaan, ñu culture bokka. da nga bëgg a wax ne ñoo war a represent ñooñu man laa wax ne press group yi 4 press group ñoo ñëw together di say yi nii yoon. Do we understand the language? So I'm saying NCAC doing this act, I disagree. Mota ST wax na ko mu ne do we think and music is carton koina. We need to have a regional coordinators.
Yeah, I think
the constitution secretariat bi munta am naka ñu mëna am regional coordinator. The Gambian artists in Farafenni, the Gambian artists in Basse or Jarasoma, do you think we play a fair game to them?
They are all being neglected.
Do you think Gambian music industry is only from Banyum to Brikama?
No, actually.
We need to fear to our country. Let's stop abusing the country. Nani respectante, nani baye xébante. Because dañu ne saxulé bu ndaw bi. And when I'm doing my music management, being a co-founder, yaa ngi dem nursing school, or yaa ngi dem primary school. I love my country. Saag nañ ma, dóor nañ ma, xas nañ ma. Suma lu bari tardé na. Ma ne Gambian music and we achieve it. 2 good years we have in a campaign platform called Gambian Injection Talk Show at KWT, free from my pocket and Kalidu Banja. Just to create awareness. Hassan Sise first bu mu jóge university maa ko njëkk a interview. The corporate expert. Any traction boo xalaat wax nañ ko maa ngi amee record bi. At the present Ghana Minister of Tourism and Culture, the former government, sorry. Until they ask us where we get our knowledge, we say from the people. Because anything you go level jangles university from the subjects, nit ñi ñoo ko bind def ko si book si lecture bi dina taw si classe bi mu jël lu nekk si book bi teg ko. So we need life skill knowledge.
Okay, the Gambian government has received a fund, I think $500,000 US dollars, I think, for Gambian artists and skill development. I think the Indian government give a fund, give this fund to the Gambian government. What do you think? Okay, this fund is already been promised, but in your own opinion, if this fund is being utilized in the sector of the music and the Gambian artists, what do you think this can bring for our within all the problems that we are sagging about? What can this small money, actually it's not small money though, but what can it cover for Gambian music?
Number one, what we have already created for ourselves first in the Gambia. What Gambian people create, entrepreneurs, stakeholders within the industry, you to have opportunity for international funds. If you don't create something for yourself, now if international funds ñëw nañ, yow ban strategy nga war a def to lobby? Do you think artists have a time to go to UN office or ministries writing proposals? Before that 5 million, yet project ñëw na 11 million. I was the first members when they consult the experts within the industry. Do 2 days workshop with them pour ñu jaay the vision luñ indi. But either the creative industry, they have funds from ñuy fecca fi, gis nañ ñu defar cuub, gis nañ fi ñu jaay marché ñu jox leen, gis nañ ñu nga xam ne ñu ngi bay ñu jox leen. But do we give to Gambian book writers? Do we get that opportunity pour fund bi dem si arts ñu nga xam ne du carving, painters, or Gambian producers yi? How many Gambian producers ñu nekk fi national or internationally? Ban producer moo mun a am also am 400,000 funds from that funding? Ban Gambian artist moo musa am 250,000 funds from that fund? We are just playing a mind game. So we know why? Because of the people we need to choose and identify having the skill and administration experience.
Let's go to a commercial break. Then when we are back, we try to wrap the show right here. In case you just listening. This is a show, of course, where we set light on everything about the industry, ranging from artists, DJs, presenters, and promoters. Tonight, our guest is Muhammed Sumareh, for the PRO of, he said he is still the PRO of Gambian music here, and of course, the production manager of Manding Morry Academy for Performing Arts and Entertainment. Of course, he is our guest right now. But we cannot just, we cannot just finish all these discussions that we already start. We start here. Is really broadening, But I think we're gonna have you next time. We discuss more about things like this, because I want us, before I will leave you, I would like to ask you this question from Oliver Butch to Jaliba Kuyate, now to the interim. To your opinion, do you think artist, a Gambian artist, can really handle that position as a president of Gambian Music Union when you are active in your music?
It's left to them. I don't have anything to tell now.
Jaliba was there. Jaliba was active in his music. And at the same time, he was the president of
Jaliba was not a problem. It's the people was a problem.
The people were
the members, authorities are a problem. Here now, they already committed interim committee. Let them use their experience and knowledge. I only know.
Is this something right that all the time we should put active Gambian artists in that position to run?
If we have secretariat, it's very easy, my brother. They are board members. You understand? If we have secretariat, they are the people who will do daily job of the union. Because of financial constraint,
they cannot have